5 minutes here. I want to talk to somebody who I think you'll find very interesting. That's Ann Vandersteel. Then you remember the Rivera case, which was in the headlines and still is, when all 5 kids were removed by the Mass Department of Children and Families last March following a neglect complaint filed with the DCF by a pediatrician because the family decided not to give a vitamin K shot. Their 7-month-old baby, I think, at the time. The parents had been together for a dozen years raising their kids, were held in jail for weeks. And they continued to be punished as if they had been guilty until proven innocent. Now, there is a movie, a documentary regarding this entire frightening, shocking experience, and it's going to premiere Sunday at Legacy Place. American Made Action has produced a very compelling expose entitled Taken, State-Sanctioned Kidnapping, set to premiere, as I said, this Sunday. Jeff was going to be there.
There is going to be a rally to reunite the Rivera family. Let's get the Riveras back together again. They deserve to have custody of their
But
children.
as we all know, he's been in a horrible accident. His ribs were smashed when he was taking a bus from Croatia, and he will not be able to be there. But we wanted to help out the movie because it's a very important documentary that people see. And so we're going to speak with Ann Vandersteel, who is also, besides being an investigative journalist, one of the executive producers. Hi, Ann.
Oh, Sandy, I'm so happy to be with Kuhner Country this morning. Our hearts and prayers and love goes out to you all and Jeff Kuhner. The Kuhner Country folks are like none other. I don't think there's an audience out there better in the country than the Kuhner Country crew. I just am so honored to be with you all. And, of course, we are so upset about Jeff's accident. We want him to get well, and I know how desperately he wants to be there because he stepped into the ring with us and got on those steps in the State House of Massachusetts, and he called out Department of Children and Families and talked about the unconstitutional and unwarranted seizure of the children of the Rivera family. And he's been with us every step, so we just wish him well, and we are just so grateful that the Kuhner Country has come out and supported this effort to get not only the Rivera family reunified, but, you know, get this story told with our documentary Taken, State-Sanctioned Kidnapping. So we're just honored. Thank you.
Well, thank you for being with us. Ann, I want to ask you, when did you first become aware of what was happening with the Riveras?
A good friend of your station, Joan Quinn Eastman, brought this to our attention, and immediately Maureen Steele, my co-founder, jumped on doing some looking into the articles and media that had already been published. And then, of course, we got engaged, started speaking with the Rivera family, and got up to Boston as soon as possible to put together this documentary with our producer, Chris Tribble. And I have to tell you, the cast that we've assembled, because the American Made Action has an organization inside of it called our United Law Coalition, which now is representing the Rivera family. Attorney Greg Hession, Attorney Bill Gens. This organization is not only representing Izzy on the criminal side, which is a joke, because how can you be familially kidnapping anybody unless, you know, with the state deciding that you kidnapped your own family, when in fact the wife and children went with their father and husband lawfully and lovingly to escape persecution by the state, the Massachusetts Department of Children and Families, because they wanted to enforce a vitamin K shot. I'm sorry, Sandy, if anybody can show me the law about a vitamin K shot for your 9-month-old, I will recant and eat my words, but frankly, there is no law, and we all know it. And that was admitted by the pediatrician who filed this complaint, by the way. It's just total lunacy. So we're putting it together and exposing it, and you guys are walking arm in arm with us, and we're so grateful.
So the documentary is airing at Legacy Place on Sunday. How do people get tickets to see this?
Actually, if you go to our website, AmericanMadeFoundation.org, we have a VIP event starting at 6:30, the general public can gather. They can get tickets at AmericanMadeFoundation.org. Legacy Place Theater in Dedham, Massachusetts. It's going to be a very powerful screening, and we'd love to see everybody from Kuhner Country attend. The family, the filmmakers, and those fighting in this injustice, we're all going to be there. We'd love to meet with folks on the VIP side privately and, you know, give them more of a download. And we have some stuff we're going to be dropping at the theater as well, some very exciting stuff, because we don't intend to let this lay quietly. We are taking this everywhere across the country, and there's going to be federal litigation following. So more to come on that at the theater.
Wow. Do you have any plans to show this documentary anywhere else, or is this the one showing at the moment?
So we'll be taking this show on the road. We've got film premieres that'll be in Florida, in New Hampshire, and other states around the country. We're taking this to other, film festivals because it is so riveting. It's an hour documentary, and it just absolutely captures the essence of what's happening. Sandy, I want to let your audience, the Kuhner Country audience, are the best out there, and they understand families are the backbone of this country, like our small businesses. And when you talk about trying to just, save America, make America great, state-sanctioned kidnapping isn't a partisan issue. It goes across Republican, Democrat, Independent, Libertarian, doesn't matter. They target a family and they zoom in because it's about money and it's about child trafficking. And the corruption that we've documented in the court system is unbelievable. When I tell you we have PayPal receipts now of judges taking bribes to keep these families separated, this is what we're talking about. It is despicable and it has to end. And this is our mission. And so we're showing the mission through this one particular family, but it's not a one-off. And so Kuhner Country, I'm sure there's members in Kuhner Country that have been victimized by Department of Children and Families, and we really want to see those families in the seats. We want to meet with them at the theaters. We have families that are flying in from around the country for this because they want to be a part of the solution, and we intend to make that solution a reality with American-Made Foundation and American-Made Action.
Well, I can tell you that Jeff is heartbroken that he's not going to be there, but I know he'll be watching on the live streaming because he is so excited about this project that you've done, and he feels so strongly about it. So again, if everybody wants tickets, the movie is at Legacy Place Showcase Cinema. That's in Dedham, right? Isn't it, Ann?
It's in Dedham. Get your tickets online at AmericanMadeFoundation.org. AmericanMadeFoundation.org.
Government, rogue agencies, and rogue judges.